something I pray for. It's something I pray for. Last year, this was my prayer. What I'm living right now is my prayer. Hello, YouTube. Let me try to get these close together, as close as I can. So I'm looking at in the same direction for most of the cameras, which perfect. We're going to get Facebook rolling. As y'all see, I have all my different gadgets to get us set up. I won't be before you long. YouTube, you have a different view than Facebook because I'm recording from my laptop on YouTube. So you guys see all the mess on my wall in my office. But honestly, I'm tired of trying to hide it. So with that being said, it is what it is. I'm happy you can't read it because then you'll know my business a little bit. But it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I'm getting Facebook up and running, and then I'll be ready. Um, um, I'm trying to make sure I get I don't want to say that I like to over deliver it every single thing I do. So just to explain what I'm doing, I know you guys see my phone and you see my nail that's damaged. My dog literally took off after a cat, and like his leash holder, it flew out of my hand and took my nail and the nail bed with it. So even if I wanted to repair my nail and put another one on there, it's not ideal to do so because the little nail I have left would be gone. Okay? It would be gone. So, YouTube, I'm here. Facebook, I'm here. IG, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Yay. I am here on every platform. My angle on Facebook is real trash. Sorry, y'all. That's all I can say. My angle is trash, but my phone is charging. So this is the best angle y'all could get, Facebook. So, hello, hello, hello. How are you guys? Let me try to help Facebook out a bit. Okay, Facebook, you got a better angle a little bit. So I got to make sure I'm looking at all the cameras. So, hello, hello, hello. If you are new to me, welcome. I'm Cornisha. I'm a purpose and personal development coach, and I'm popping in for another video. Moving forward, like I say, my goal is to be present every single day at 7:30. So far that has worked for me. So far I've been consistent. I've been able to be obedient with it. So embracing that in my journey is where I am. Like I teach, entrepreneurship is a process. This thing is a journey. On one day, we can have ideally expectation. I want to do this. I want to do that. And just because we're entrepreneurs doesn't mean that life won't happen to us. Life will happen. We have emotions. We have feelings. We have things going on as well. So with juggling all of it, it's important to be consistent in the areas that you can. And so far, showing up at 7:30 every day has worked for me. So with that being said, I am here. I will not be before you guys long at all. It's Saturday. So with that being said, I should have been off the clock, off my own clock as far as being done with working. But my job is never done. And like I say, I vow to serve. So regardless of what my preferences are in life, I vow to show up and share the knowledge that I have, share the new knowledge that I take in, because People don't pour into our community. So it's up to us to pour into our community. It's up to us to share the knowledge. And not everybody has that mindset. So with that being said, I do. So I'm going to embrace it, and I'm going to show up with new information as often as I can. So with that, I've been getting a lot of questions about personal development, mindset mastery, overcoming obstacles. What was another question? Overcoming obstacles, staying diligent in your fight as far as personal development, happiness, productivity, mindset mastery. Again, so with that, I wanted to share a few tools and resources. First things first, when trying to stay consistent, you have to give yourself a schedule. If you plan to stay consistent over a 2-week time span, you have to actually plan out those 2 weeks, because in the event that you don't, it's doomed for anything without direction is doomed for distraction. I say that all the time. Anything without a bomb, concrete setup, a bomb foundation, however you want to put it, anything without direction is doomed for destruction. So with that being said, in the event that you're trying to accomplish some goals, but you're not actually setting a schedule for yourself, you're doing yourself and those goals a disservice. Because after you fail at accomplishing those goals, we get bummed, we beat ourselves up, we do the, oh, well, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I'm not worth it. You know, the typical flow of the mind after something didn't go the way we anticipated it. That's the key. We anticipate things. Do we actually plan it? Do we actually plan a schedule? Do we actually plan to execute a strategic strategy that will help us achieve the goal that we're trying to set? Do we do that? Do we go all in our goal setting? On Facebook, I cannot at all see who's watching. So, hello, hello, hello. I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm not good at social media. I struggle with even seeing who's here and who's not. So, hello, hello, hello. I'm not ignoring you guys. So, real quick, about maybe 5 months ago, I subscribed to Sarah Jakes Roberts' book club. In subscribing to her book club, pretty much she'll send you, of course, a book. She'll send a free gift, and she sends a personalized note, just really encouraging you, giving you details on the book. I'm not really promoting her products. Don't get me wrong. I love her. Shout out to her. But I'm just letting you guys know where I got my information that I'm about to share. Okay. So with that, Sarah Jakes has a book club. I believe about my second or third month, I received this book. A lot of people, it took me a while to be able to actually come up with an answer to the question as far as how am I able to fight the battle of mindset mastery, fight the battle of the feeling of overwhelm. How do I fight the battle of just the day-to-day fluctuation of emotions? And my answer to that is new knowledge, new information. That's how I fight the fight. Not necessarily do I ignore the feelings, but I counteract those feelings with something that is so powerful that it will diminish those feelings. New knowledge, new information, government over my life, spirituality. That is how I'm able to fight the fight of the struggles of day-to-day life. And of course, when you're in business, when you're in entrepreneurship, those struggles are even more in depth, because when you work a job, the blessing is that it's easy to say, oh, that's above my pay grade. That's on you to figure out. That's above my pay grade. That has nothing to do with me. It's easy for us to say those things, and rightfully so. However, when you're in entrepreneurship or business, even as a subcontractor, whatever that looks like for you guys, when you're in these positions, oh my Jesus. when you're in these positions, like it's important that we give ourselves a good setup for the fight. It is. So with that, I have this book that was able to help me. I think I read it twice throughout this past summer, and it really helped me shift my mind. The name of this book is Get Out of Your Head by Jeannie Allen. Get Out of Your Head by Jeannie Allen. Let me make sure I share it on each camera. This book actually helped me as far as personal development. This book helped me as far as mindset mastery. This book helped me as far as stopping the spiral of our mind and our emotions the moment that it's triggered. The moment that it's triggered. Speaking of which, while we're talking about triggers, just 2 days ago, I was triggered on a personal level, but my day was so bomb. I executed on such a bomb level in a business sense that day. I woke up, I coached a client, I was working on courses, I'm working on vendors list and all these different things for my business to make sure that the operations are still flowing. So in that, I had an amazingly productive day, and I got a phone call, a random phone call that triggered some emotions that caused me to spiral. However, as a coach, I have to self-coach often. As a coach, I have to self-coach often. So like I say, personal development tools, number one is self-coaching. Whether you're a life coach or not, you have life, you experience life. So because of that, it's ideal for us to have some type of tools and resources in our back pockets to help us coach ourselves every single day through the different trials of the day, whether it's friendship trials, whether it's trials with an intimate partner, whether it's trials with work. We know we all have our own personal battles. I don't like this about myself. I learned I'm impatient. I don't like that. We deal with all of these things every day. And unless you actually execute a plan to help you out of that, experiencing one thing, all it takes is, you know how they say when you have a kid, all it takes is one time. Literally, all it takes is one thing for your mind to spiral. All it takes is one thing to trigger some old emotions, and boom, I'm not good enough. I'm depressed. I'm sad. This is getting on my nerve. I can't do this. I'm going to stay where I'm at. I'm subjecting myself to the workforce because at the end of the day, this is just out of my reach. I can't do it. That's false. That's false. We all can do it. We all can do it. If I could do it, I know for sure moms can do it. Dads can do it because I'm not a parent. So if I can do it, these parents can definitely do it way greater than I can. My opinion, and that will never change. So with that being said, it's just up to us. As a coach, let me be frank. I have the tools and resources. I'm no different. And there are certain things in life that I still can't speak on. So with that being said, I'm no different from you. Whether you work a job, regardless of what your life looks like, regardless of what your reality looks like, your circumstance, I'm no different from you. The only thing is I practice self-coaching. I practice and read things like this. Get out of your head. Here's the workbook. Here's the actual book. Don't look at my nail, y'all. My dog jacked me up. So here's the actual book. Look, it says, what does it say? Stopping the Spiral of Toxic Thoughts. Stopping the Spiral of Toxic Thoughts. That book literally got me together. Don't get me wrong. I read it twice over the summer, and to this day, I will still pick up this book and read it simply because it helps me on a different level. It helps me with my personal development. It helps me with mastering the fact that I'm good enough on every single level. And even in my deficiencies, those aren't deficiencies. Those are areas of opportunity for me to strive for greatness and actually achieve it. Literally. So I'm no different. My mindset may be different. My self-talk may be different. The structure of my day may be different simply because I pour into myself. I'm an introvert. So if I go out, like I got to take 3 days to regroup because I could go out, I could kick it, but not every day. So with that being said, I know what I need. So my day may not look like your day. And my practices may not mimic your practices. So again, what? You have this and you didn't read it? Oh my gosh. It's all right. It's all right. Because you're going to read it. Let's speak this into existence. You are going to read it. I know you're going to read it. Okay. So it's okay. Do you have the workbook? If not, I will let you borrow mine. Like, make sure you have the whole thing and do it because it changed my life. It did. It definitely changed my life. This book, don't get me wrong, insecurities are a daily fight for everybody. There's not a single soul who could tell me insecurities is not a daily battle for them. So for me, this book got me out of the place where I was thinking, am I not good enough? I had blessings. No lie, y'all. I had blessings that God blessed me with. And I was at a place where had I not read this book, I would have misused them. I would have misused them. So it's about giving ourselves the proper tools and resources to be able to handle whatever life gives us. That's all it's about. Literally, that's all it's about. Giving ourselves a proper setup in this war, in this battle of life, because it's consistent. It's a constant battle. It's a never ending battle. Ain't that what they say? Oh, it's never ending because it's not. Because it's not. It's always something. Always something. Whether it's y'all see my blanket, I'm cold. Whether it's a physical something that we deal with in life, whether it's family drama, whether it's friend drama, whether it's the drama of the folks around us in our core circle, they always have expectations for us like we don't have a life, okay? So with that being said, it's always something. It's about giving ourselves the proper tools and resources to be able to maneuver through the mess. Maneuver through the mess. Literally. I think, okay, about a week ago, 2 nights in a row, I ended up having just conversations that did not serve me. Conversations, hello. I had conversations that did not serve me. Conversations that were pointless to a certain extent. And you know how it is. You're trying to engage in a conversation and it hit a nerve, it trigger a spot. And in it doing that, it's like, okay, do I defend myself? Or do I just let them have a moment because I know they wrong anyway, you know? So I definitely still go through things. Please don't think I don't go through things. I'm just at a place where it's like I'm protecting my peace so hard that regardless of the mess, regardless of the conversations, the interactions, regardless of any of that, I utilize books like these to help me. That's the only difference. As a coach, you actually implement practices to help you maneuver through the mess because the mess is going to happen regardless. Not every battle is meant to be fought. I wish you said that to me like 4 days ago because I was so over you know how it is. We hate the feeling of being misunderstood. And I hate when folks come. If you want to make me angry, come from my character. If you want to make me angry, come from my character. Because I'm a person who self-reflects. I'm a person that teach others. So with that being said, I got to make sure I'm acting out of integrity and I'm practicing what I preach because I'm a person of influence. So with that being said, I'm real intentional about my character. I'm real intentional about watching my mouth. I'm real intentional about how I represent myself. So with that being said, in the event that they trying to call me out, what? You better sit down and learn something. You better sit down and learn something. And everybody has that we can teach. We all have something we can teach and we know it. So with that being said, I'm not saying it like I don't have areas of opportunity. Like I say, I'm impatient. I know that. I'm impatient. I know this. I know this. This is something that doesn't have to be explained to me. I'm still working on my patience. So in that, it's like, I know my areas of opportunity, but I'm intentional about how I show up. I'm intentional about how I represent myself. And when it comes to personal development, being intentional about how we represent ourselves, that's a gem too. That's something that why? Y'all, it's the devil. Every time I go live, somebody literally is calling me. Like, it's the devil. But we're going to keep going. Like you say, instant gratification, literally. And I'm just at a place where I know better, so I'm trying to do better. But the devil's like, no, girl, we trying to keep you doing the same old stuff you used to do. So it's like, no, I gotta stop acknowledging the stuff that don't need my attention. Time is money. Time is money and energy. Like, if you don't have a certain energy, your energy will drain me off strength. Like, if you have a draining spirit, it will do exactly that to me. So with that being said, I have to watch how I show up. I have to watch what I entertain. And oh my gosh, books like this. I have plenty more. They are not at all handy, but I definitely plan on sharing my book collection with you guys over this next week, because I gotta dig deep. Like, when it comes to my personal development journey, literally it started a year ago when I got my life coach certification. So when people ask me about personal development and mindset mastery, most of what I speak to is based on experience. So it was kind of a while ago when I actually started certain things. So I have to dig deep. I kind of have to dig deep to really get the answers as to how I was able to solve certain problems for myself. But that's okay, because as I am able to recall, like, okay, this helped me with, what's the word I said? Insecurities. This book helped me with insecurities and stopping that constant flow of my mind. So as I learn, like as I remember the different things that help me with personal development, I vow, I promise y'all, I will share them as soon as I recall it. It's just, I started my journey a year ago. I got promoted. So after the promotion, I was working 6 days a week, 9 hours a day, every day. That was my life for about 5 months. So with that, I really got to dig deep, but I promise I'm going to keep digging deep, because I want to be of assistance when it comes to personal development. It's a fight. It's a fight. Something that I recently started as far as personal development, I have carpal tunnel, so I can't stand to write, but writing will actually challenge my carpal tunnel. It will actually strengthen my wrists so that they're not as fragile or tense or whatever. So I'm actually writing affirmations now. At first I would type them, but no, it's something in my spirit that said, no, write it, try, just fight. I know you have an injury, I understand, but I'm fighting it. And literally, as I affirm myself in my business, in my office, I affirm myself, I affirm my business, I pray over my household every single morning. I go room to room praying, and literally to be able to do that, it changed my demeanor. It changed my confidence. It changed the flow and how I speak when I'm on live. It changed so much, and it even has me to the point where I'm changing things in my courses. I'm rolling out new products. I'm getting new ideas. Like the Black Friday sale, that's done. Whatever I don't have ready as of now, it's going to have to go into like the Christmas sale. But even for Christmas, it's real gems that I plan on implementing as far as being able to help, because I would not be a life coach right now. Let me make this clear. I would not be a life coach had my mentor not discounted his certification program by about $700. Had he not discounted that program by $700, I wouldn't have been able to afford to be a life coach. So with that being said, every single thing I offer, I reconsider, I double check because I want to make sure I'm of service. And don't get me wrong, I have to charge a certain amount just to get the respect of the folks in my industry. But that's minimal to me because I vow to serve. And that's minimal to me because I know who I am. I know where I came from. I know the quality of men and women that come from where I come from. And, oh, excuse me. And I know the lack of resources that there are for us. Because last year when I wanted entrepreneurship, I had to use 6 different resources just to get one set of how to do this. Like, it was a struggle. I started last year, so a lot of the knowledge I sat on, and then when running a business in corporate America, when doing that, of course, I gained knowledge, I had experience. So a lot of the knowledge I was able to get, but I couldn't get it from one platform. That's why I do what I do, because I want to solve a problem. I want to be of service. I want to be of assistance to the folks who need it, because I know it's needed. I know it's needed. And if it's not, point me in the direction of somebody else from where we come from that's doing what I'm doing. Nobody. That's why it's needed. That's why I sacrifice to be here. And that's why I vow to put other folks in position to where they can do what I do. Because I'm not telling my kids they only going to college. Oh, you better go to college and get a job. I'm not telling my kids that. And I know my moms that are on here, we already had those conversations. We not doing that. So because of that, I'm real intentional about what I do. I'm sorry. Whew. Okay, that got my voice right. I'm very, very, very intentional about what I do. And that's why mindset mastery, that's going to be a common topic for us. Personal development, another common topic for us, because I know for sure I was raised by a single mom who sacrificed her mental health every single day just to make sure she was available to show up for us. So with that being said, I'm going to make sure I provide resources, because what I do right now, this resource wasn't available for my mother. It wasn't. It wasn't at all. Excuse me, y'all. It was not. So in that, I vow to serve. In that, I want to solve a problem. In that, I want to give, I want to provide resources. And when I was in corporate America, my work was in financial management. With that being said, there's a lack of financial literacy. It is. It's a lack of financial knowledge. And that's why so many credit repair specialists or tax preparers that are coming up, because I mean, who's going to teach us? Who's going to teach us? Yeah, we have options. We can send our kids to O'Fallon. We can send our kids to Belleville schools or wherever. But outside of that, what about our kids in our schools? Because I always said I want to take my kids to East St. Louis School District. I went to East St. Louis School District. No offense to the folks who I went to Cahokia with. But had I not endured a house fire, I would have been in East St. Louis School District. So with that being said, we all have preferences, but those preferences don't teach our kids in the way that our kids need it. And that's why it's important. That's why it's important for us to show up, put in the work, do what we need, because that's also going to help our kids have better options, better tools, better resources than we were given. It's time out. And like I say, just working and just going to college, that's not an option. That's not an option. Do you know the debt? Do y'all know the amount of debt that literally, speaking of, I'll throw myself under the bus. Y'all know the amount of debt I have from going to college. Don't get me wrong. I'm blessed. I was able to get a cosmetology license. I'm blessed. I was able to have the college experience. But trust me, had I known the debt that I'd have at the age of 26, I would have set my tail down. I would have sat down someplace, y'all. So with that, I vow to show up. I vow to serve. I vow to provide the resources simply to help whoever wants it. I'm not here to convince anybody that entrepreneurship is where it's at. Either you feel that way for yourself or you don't. I can't convince you of that. It's one of those things, unless you have the mindset, the strength, and the understanding of the pillars of entrepreneurship, I'd be wasting my breath to try to convince you on what to do, how to do this, why it's important, this is why it's conducive. No, I can't do that. I can't do that. But for the folks who actually want entrepreneurship, for the folks who actually are like, you know what? I want to try this. I'm sure it's hard, but I'm going to try it because she say it's worth it. If you already have that mindset, I can give you the blueprint. I can give you the know-how. I can give you a good setup and help you build a solid foundation. However, it takes for you to want it. It takes for you. I remember when I was in the planning stages of Conducive Coaching Academy. When I was in the planning stages, I remember I had a close friend who came and asked me, like, hey, I want entrepreneurship. I know you know how to do it. I want to sell shoes. What do I do? And it's like, okay, you want to sell shoes? Type in shoe vendors on YouTube, type in how to on YouTube, and get yourself started. Don't get me wrong. Whether it's my YouTube channel you watch, whoever's, that small matters. Getting information on YouTube is a good start if you're not in a position to purchase a course. However, there's limited information on YouTube. I was watching how to become a life coach videos on YouTube for about 4 months before I actually purchased the course. But the amount of knowledge that came in the course, I would have never gotten on YouTube for free. So yes, I have a YouTube channel. Yes, if you need how to, DM me. I'll create a YouTube video for you. Like I say, I vow to serve. But like last night's live, if you didn't catch that live, go back and watch it. I drop gems. That's all I'm going to say. I drop gems. I'm not even going to tell you what's in it because you should have watched it and go back and watch it. But the level of knowledge that I dropped last night, I couldn't go too in depth because I have colleagues that I'm working with. And if I go too in depth, I'm stepping on the toes of what they sell. And just like I vow to serve you guys, I vow to serve my colleagues too. So it's only so much information I can give for the free. Like, I'm just going to be honest. It's only so much information I could give for the free. But unless you're able to purchase a course, I vow to show up every single day to give you a proper setup until you can buy the course. I vow to do that. So I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be transparent. And I'm going to serve. That's who I am. That's what I do. That's who I am. That's what I do. I worked in hospitality management. That's the hotel industry, managing the hotel, serving guests, serving the employees, because I wanted to build like a family environment with our staff. So serving has been a part of my work career. When I was in financial management, writing loans, I would sit down and set an hour out of my day to help people reconstruct their finances to where they can even pay the loan back. So with that being said, in everything I've done, I always strive to over deliver, which is why this comes easy to me to a certain extent. I had to get over like the talking to the camera thing. I had to get the confidence to speak. Like I always say, my vocabulary, I felt like was an insecurity. But if you know me, you know, you'll hear me say some slang and use some vocabulary that you like, what you talking about? All in one sentence. Like, that's just me. That's just how I talk. A little bit of proper, a little bit of country, a little bit of everything. So that's just me. So once you get over my delivery, once you get over who I am, how I speak, and actually sit and think like, hey, is she offering the knowledge? Is she sharing the gems? You'll see. I vow to serve. I do. That's who I am. That's what I do. Back to the topic, because I don't want to keep y'all all night. It's Saturday. It's 8:07. It's Saturday. So I won't keep y'all all night. But personal development is all about wanting to grow. It's all about wanting better than where you are now. So All you have, it's no rhyme and reason to it, really. All you have to do is sit back and self-reflect. Personal development requires self-reflection. If you're not a part of my email list, go to my website. Go to my website and join my email list for morning motivation, literally every morning motivation. And one of the emails that I planned for the next couple weeks, I wrote in there, literally just wrote that most people avoid self-reflection simply because what comes with it? Accountability. So to actually honor personal development, you have to want to be, you have to be willing to hold yourself accountable. You can't be the, oh, you got to take me as I am person. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. We can't do that. And of course, we're demonstrations for our families. We're demonstrations for our friends, our babies. So with that being said, we don't want to pass that negative way of being down to our babies. We want our babies to be the best babies that they could be because they are the future of our world. So with that being said, yes, personal development requires growth. It requires for you to self-reflect. It's going to come with some accountability. So you're going to have to hold yourself accountable. But in that, you'll grow. In that, you'll grow. So, and it's worth the growth because in order to unlock the blessings that you want, if you want that relationship, just grow a little bit. You're going to get it. If you want that job, grow a little bit. You're going to get it. If you want that car, grow a little bit. You're going to get it. Your money might have to grow a little bit, but it's okay. When your mindset grow, your money going to grow. So we ain't worried about that. Like I say, mindset mastery. Mindset mastery. So with that being said, what did I say? You got to self-reflect. You have to take accountability. You have to want to grow, and you have to put proper measures in place to help you because it's a daily fight. It's a daily battle. Just because I say today, I choose to grow, I choose to self-reflect, and I choose to change for different, for greater, that does not mean I'm not going to have a problem that arises tomorrow. That does not mean that somebody not going to try me tomorrow or next week. That don't mean that I won't have to pull somebody's card to teach them they can't talk to me that way simply because I'm not who I was yesterday. So it's going to require some work, y'all. It's going to require work, but that's why we have to put tools and resources in place to help us as we go, as we grow, as we try to transition into different, because the moment we speak it, the devil's working against us. The moment while we sleep, he up working. Like, what can I do? This girl gets stronger. What I could do? This man, her doing the I miss you text don't work no more. He getting stronger. So with that being said, like, you really have to be intentional about giving yourself a proper setup for ignoring the distractions, because the distractions gonna come. They're gonna come. They come with the process. So with that being said, again, I'm gonna say it again. You have to self-reflect. You have to take accountability. You have to, what was the other? Self-reflect, take accountability. I forgot. I better preach, girl. Okay, like, because it's a process. And as I teach, I want to make sure I do things like this, like show up and just talk and share my personality and share tips and tools and what I go through on a day-to-day basis, simply because I'm a human behind the business. I'm not just an instructor. No, I actually am a human and I go through things. And like I say, because I actually speak that thing out loud, that I'm trying to do different, I'm trying to be different, the adversary is coming to kill, steal, and destroy in every single aspect of my life. So every day I have to stay prayed up. Every day I have to listen to my gospel music. Every single day I got to read a book, take in new information. So I know for sure, regardless of what life throws at me, I'm not who I was yesterday. I'm not. So because of that, you got to watch how you talk to me. You got to step it up when you're dealing with me, because I'm not average. I'm not average. And the moment we all actually embody that, embrace that, and carry that demeanor humbly, I'm not trying to cause no chaos. So don't go and get arrogant with it. Do it humbly, do it gracefully, do it with poise, all that. But do it. Do it. It's nothing wrong with it. I do it every day. I do it every single day, and I know I rub people the wrong way, but I got to put myself first. I got to put my business first. And I know for the single folks, for the parents, for the people who have a lot of high responsibility levels, I know y'all can relate when they say, when I say, not many people have us. We don't have a whole plethora of people that if I go without some or I mismove, I'm like, oh, I could go to her because she got me. I could go to him because he got me. No, we the ones that always got somebody. So because of that, no, I have to be intentional about what I do, how I move, protecting my energy. I'm an old lady in this season of my life. I am. I'm an old lady. I go to bed early. If I stay up, it's because I'm watching TV. Like, I'm literally an old lady in this season of my life. But I know for sure, sacrificing this season, I'm going to have all the time in the world to travel. I'm going to have all the time in the world to kick it and go out on events and do all the extras. I'm going to have all the time in the world. But right now, I have to stay focused. This is my foundational season. So, and I vow to be a demonstration, because entrepreneurship is just not the glory days. It's just not the good days where we get the bomb reviews and the bomb money goals, like our revenue goals. Those are met. No, entrepreneurship is way more than that. It's way more than that. So I vow to be a proper demonstration and showing you that, yeah, it's glory days, but I still go through stuff. So because of that, you got to stay prayed up. You got to have a good tool or resource in your back pocket, maybe even your front pocket, because they're going to try you. So when they do, we ready. That's it. So that's personal development in a nutshell. Again, this is the book. This is the book, Get Out of Your Head, by Jeannie Allen, and it helps with stopping the spiral of toxic thoughts. Stopping the spiral of toxic thoughts. And I know for sure, like I say, it takes one thing to trigger one toxic thought. And if you don't take control of your mind, which is a muscle, if you don't take control of that muscle, it's just going to spiral. I remember last thing, and I'm going to let y'all go. When I was in corporate America, when I was in corporate America, I used to work so hard because I worked that office by myself. I used to work so hard that when I went home, I would roll over in the bed thinking about, oh, I got to do this at work. I'd roll over in the bed thinking about work. Like, I was so indebted. Like, I was so in it. But I couldn't turn my mind off. So it's a muscle. It's something that takes work. But now I'm at a place where I will close my office door if I have to say conducive coaching got me. I got them tomorrow. But tonight I'm going to bed. So in that's entrepreneurship, and that's life in general. We all have those lingering thoughts that I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to set my doctor's appointment. It's the end of the year. So all our folks with insurance, eyeglass appointments, dentist appointments, y'all know if y'all some procrastinators like me, we got to get in how we fit in, because we got 2 months left. And I still got to go to the dentist and get my eye doctor's appointment scheduled. When I say pray for me, that's another fight. I literally go to the eye doctor on the 31st of December for the past 3 years. But procrastination. That's an area of opportunity for me. I know it, so that's half the battle, okay? So in that, it's truthfully about being honest with yourself, being transparent, and being in a place where you're willing to say, I know I'm this, I know I have this deficiency, but regardless of that deficiency, I'm going to show up every day. I'm going to do my best every single day. I'm going to embrace the steps of personal development. What did I say it was? What did I say it was? You have to self-reflect. You have to self-reflect, embrace the change. you have to, I forgot the steps. I've said it like 4 times now. But literally, you got to go through the steps. Self-reflect, embrace the change. You have to give yourself proper tools and resources to fight the fight, because they gonna try you, and you got to know that it's a daily battle. So as you embrace personal development, literally all you have to do is embrace it, try it every single day, make it a part of your lifestyle. It's kind of like a diet. We don't eat a certain way for a month and then go back to our old way of doing things. That's not ideal. It's a lifestyle change. So with that, every day, personal development, self-reflecting, owning our mess, knowing how to change it, and actually implementing tools and resources to help us in the fight. That's what it is. That's what it's about. Like I say, for morning motivation, the link to my site is in my bio or whatever it's called. Y'all know I'm not a social media girl. Here is a bomb book. Again, Get Out of Your Head, Stop the Spiral of Toxic Thoughts. It helped me with personal development, overcoming insecurities, doubt, toxic thinking, and turning off my mind at the end of the night or even in the day. Like, it's a thing. So, any questions? Any questions? Any questions? I've been on here almost an hour. I told y'all, I got y'all. I got y'all every day. 7:30. Moving forward. Every day 7:30 regardless. Regardless. I don't see no questions. My other phone died, so I am no longer live on Instagram. I hope y'all didn't see my nail. My dog did me dirty. Like, my nail is broke down to the nail bed. I cannot put a nail on here. If so, I'll be over with. So, yeah. No questions? Well, with that being said, y'all know I am Cornisha. I'm a purpose and personal development coach. I do it for y'all. I do it for me. I do it for us. This is a us thing till the wheels fall off at this point. I'm too far in to ever quit. So with that being said, I will be back tomorrow. It's Sunday. So we going to talk about some spirituality, we going to clarify some things, because I learned things in my spiritual journey. So I definitely already have tomorrow in my head, in my notes, all that. Like, that's a thing. But with that being said, until next time, I will talk to y'all later. See y'all. Bye.